everybody, and welcome to It's All Black and White TV. And yes, this is your latest edition on Sunday of your NUFC latest news. Before we get into it, if you do like what you see, please do smash that like. It really does help keep the channel towards the top of the search, so people who haven't found the channel before can find it more easily. So that'd be great. Thank you. Also, if you are brand new to the channel, come and join this amazing community we have here by hitting that subscribe button, and also that bell notification will tell you when I'm live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows. So yeah, I'm only 211 now, away from getting to 1,000. So if you haven't yet subscribed, then please do so. Also, if you want to become a member of the channel, it is 99p per month. Just click the join button as well. Also, if you want to make a donation to the channel, click the $sign, and you can do it with the super chat, super thanks, or super sticker option as well. So there we go. Right. Now then, let's get into today's latest news. Now, as we all saw yesterday, Anthony Gordon with England under-21s. What a fantastic result. Beating Spain 1-0 after Spain took apart Ukraine. Brilliant game. And I know some people out there go, oh, it's only under-21s. Doesn't matter. It's a European trophy. England have won a major trophy. Yes, it's not the senior team, but it's the under-21s. And they've brought that trophy home for the first time since 1984. So, well done, England. And well done, Anthony Gordon. I mean, Anthony Gordon, player of the tournament. He's absolutely smashed the tournament. He's been absolutely fantastic. Now, Eddie Howe's probably watched every game, and he's probably thought, oh, playing Anthony Gordon where they've played him, that doesn't look a bad move. So that's probably give Eddie some food for thought as well. What I find a nice touch, though, from that celebration is Jacob Ramsey, who had to go home because of an ankle injury that he suffered in the quarterfinals, and he wasn't there. They held his shirt up in respect, and I thought that was very, very good of the England team to do that, because that shows the togetherness they've got there. And also, not only that, it was just a nice touch for Jacob Ramsey. And I'm sure he was probably gutted not to be there, but he'll get his medal when they get back home. And I bet they had some party last night as well. But no, they've absolutely smashed it. And I tell you what, James Trafford, the goalkeeper for England, he's going to go places because, I mean, look at that pressure he had in that last minute with that penalty. I mean, that was absolute pressure. Not only was he, to save that penalty, but also for the poor penalty taker as well. I mean, look, right in the last minute of, injury time, because he stayed down on the deck, that's the reason why the VAR went to the penalty shootout went to the referee and said, go and have a look at the monitor. But, I mean, look, Abel Ruiz, funny enough, we're actually linked with him, which is, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, look at the pressure on his shoulders to stand up there and take a penalty in that magnitude of a game. It's a final. It doesn't matter what level that final's at, it's still a final, and it's still a major thing. And to stand up there and take the pressure of that penalty, but James Trafford produced a great save. Now, yes, some people say it's not a great penalty. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You've still got to save the penalty. That's your job as a goalkeeper, stopping the goals going in the back of the net. And he did that, and then he made that excellent save as well to follow up. So, he made a great double save, and then obviously the third shot went over the bar. And England's gone through the whole tournament without conceding a goal. I mean, look, absolutely fantastic, Can't take it away from them. Well done, England. And, I'm sure Anthony Gordon, when he gets back, he's going to be full of it. But, look, he's played the games. He's had some great games for England. Yes, one of them he came off the bench for. But do you know what? He's done well. He's got there. He started 5 of the 6 games. And he's been absolutely fantastic in that tournament. And it can only help him for his pre-season as well, that fitness. Right, talking about pre-season, players are starting to return back today to pre-season. So we've seen Pope arrive He's back now at the training ground, as is Emil Kraft, who got a horrendous injury against Tranmere in the Carabao Cup last season. Excuse me, a game that, in all honesty, it looked like with Tranmere, they were trying to injure as many Newcastle players as they possibly could. It was like an assault on players. I mean, look, the lad's been out. He's done well to get himself back. And, he'd be looking to get fit and hopefully challenge to try and get a starting berth somewhere along the line. Maybe cup games he plays, but who knows. But great to see Emil Kraft back at the training ground as well. So there we go on that one. Right. Another thing I'm going to come on to is, look, we see a lot of this going around. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of channels out there, but some channels are just so fake. It's so unreal, And, they put out messages to draw you in, to get you in to view that channel and to and this is just one of the many channels that's out there. And there's nobody, you don't see anybody talking to you. It's all done by artificial intelligence. And, they don't even go live. They just put them in as a video upload. And if I'm watching a podcast, I don't want to watch a podcast that's an AI voice. I want to watch a podcast with a real person who's talking real stuff, And, I mean, look, when we talk about transfer rumours on here, we go with the rumours that we see. Now, they might not all come off, but, at the end of the day, it's only rumours until they've signed and got a black and white shirt on and a scarf above their head. Until that happens, they have not signed for the club. But anything that's rumoured is a transfer link. I will always report it and always put it out there for you. I like to keep everybody, up to date with information, and I never drag anybody in under false pretenses because that's not the way I work. And, but these false channels, some of them have got like over 700-800 subscribers. And I'm like, well, how have you got that? Too many people are drawn in by it. This is just an example of one of them, which I'm just going to pop on screen now, okay? And you'll see exactly what I mean. And all I'm saying is just bear in mind and be careful with these channels because, we don't know.
It is eyeing a summer contract for the Juventus veteran. Go ahead and hit the like button if you wholeheartedly love Newcastle. Newcastle United is interested in securing the services of Juventus defender Leonardo Bonucci in the ongoing summer transfer window.
So there we go. That's just a little snippet. I mean, look, they're drawn you in like that, and these channels really, really do grate on me, and I just can't stand them. It's that horrible AI voice that you hear, and it's like, there's no need for it, If you're going to do a channel, do it properly, come on screen, show your face, talk properly, don't say we're going to go and land the player. I mean, I've seen many of these videos out there saying this player's coming in, that player's coming in, and that player's never actually walked through the door. And I'm like, why'd you put yourself in that position, I would never put myself in that position. I wouldn't go out and say, oh, by the way, this player's signing and he'll be here tomorrow. Because what will happen is that player won't turn up, but then you'll get a whole load of abuse. And I wouldn't put myself in that firing line because that's not what I am. I want to be honest and truthful with people. Like I say, if we see a link, we'll report the link, and that is what we do. So no AI voices here, no falsify. It's me, a Geordie talking, and so yeah. Right, now then, we've got all past that. Let's get into more news now. Right, so what we've learned overnight is, and again, we're going back to Federico Chiesa again. But what we've learned overnight is Juventus have actually set a price tag on this man. So what Juventus have said now is, and again, this might not be right. This is just according to the media. So again, I'm only reporting what the media are saying. Now again, This guy, apparently, Juventus are looking at offers of around 50 million euros for him. So 50 million euros, probably about 45 million quid. Again, it's a snip, it's a bargain, I think, even at that. This guy is a cracking player. Let's be honest, he really is. And you've just got to look above his cruciate ligament injury he's had. Just look above that, you know. And but like I say, this guy is a cracking player. And on his day, you know, he can turn a game for anybody. So if it's 50 million euros, I hope we're in there for him. And I'm sure we probably will be, by all accounts, with the reports of his agent and everything. And the fact is, he has not asked for a move from Juventus. He has not gone to them and said, I want to move. But he is happy to move if an offer comes in. But it's got to be from a Champions League club. Now then, so Liverpool and Chelsea being linked, that rules them out then, if that's what they're saying. If the reports are true, that he only wants to go to a Champions League club, then technically, we've won that 3-horse race in a way if we are interested in him. Because we're Champions League, Liverpool's Europa League, and Chelsea's no European football. So again, we'll see what happens on that one. But it's a name that is definitely not going to be anytime soon. So we will find out in due course whether anything happens on that transfer. One transfer we do know is looking highly likely, and that is Harvey Barnes. You know, the noises are getting more and more louder. 35 million quid to bring Harvey Barnes into Newcastle United. I think a great signing. And again, it's another left forward. So again, Harvey Barnes, yeah, I'm all for this signing, and I think it would be a great sign. And I think Eddie Howe could make him probably an even better player than he actually is now, and that's the thing. So we've seen what Eddie's done with Joe Linton, Sean Longstaff, Emil Kraft as well. So yeah, we've seen what Eddie's done, and again, he could make him into a better player. So again, that's the one we need to keep an eye on, and we'll find out in the next few days what's happening with that one. But it's looking more likely that he'll be coming to us, but hopefully. But again, we just got to wait and see. And speaking about Harvey Barnes, I have a special show at midday today, UK time. So 12 noon, I will have Jack from The Final Whistle, who is a Leicester podcaster and a very good guy at that as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to discuss Harvey Barnes. And, we're just going to have a little discussion about Harvey Barnes. And because he's a huge Leicester fan, I want to ask Jack to give me his feedback and, on Harvey Barnes, where Harvey Barnes' strengths are, what weaknesses he has, what's his best position, things like that. We're going to discuss all that. So, that will be coming out there. So please tune in for that if you can at midday. If you can't, then you'll be able to watch it on catch up at any time. So that's the great thing about it. But that should be a fantastic little show with Jack. And as I say, Jack is a nice guy. I've actually met the guy as well. He's a great guy, and so having Jack on will be fantastic, and we can see what happens and find out his thoughts on Harvey Barnes as well. So again, do make sure you tune in for that one as well. Well then, there's not a lot more to report at the moment, but I think I've kept you up to date with a bit of latest news. And as I've said about these channels with the AI voices, just be a bit careful with them ones. I mean, I know Newcastle United's had a couple of them shut down because of the amount of false news they're bringing out. That's the thing. And if the club are getting them shut down, that just shows you the club are watching these videos. And and these videos are only a couple of minutes long. I know Adam Piasson's mentioned them as well. Just be careful what you're being drawn into. I mean, look, it's fine going on and watching it, but I just don't get how they're getting all these subscribers, considering it's all a load of waffle and it's all coming from an artificial voice as well. So, again. But anyway, no artificial voices on here, only real voices and real talk. Also, if you do enjoy what you see today, then please do smash that like and help keep this channel at the top of the search so people who haven't found the channel before can find it. So I do hope you can smash that like. That'd be great. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, then come and smash that subscribe. Come and join this great community we have here. Also, that bell notification tells you when I'm live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows. You can join for 99p as a member by clicking the join button and being entered into members' draws. Also, if you want to make a donation, just click the $ and use the super chat, super thanks, and super sticker option there as well. So I hope that's just about covered up everything for today. But as I say, we've seen the players are arriving back for pre-season training ahead of a game next weekend against Gateshead. So yeah, and you know the pre-season starts, the hard work starts now. The lads are back to work. Get in, can't wait. We just want to start the season. Yes, and actually before I go, talking about the start of the season, the Liverpool game has been changed. It is now a 4:30 kickoff on the Sunday afternoon. So the Liverpool game is a 4:30 kickoff on the Sunday afternoon, as Sky have announced that yesterday as well. But again, I'm going to leave you one thing before we do go, and that is War Anthony Gordon. And one thing talking about that, Everton Football Club, you should be ashamed of yourself. You are a disgrace, by the way, Everton. And I'll tell you why Everton are a disgrace. They put a tweet out there yesterday congratulating Everton, current Everton players and ex-Everton player Lee Carsley. No mention of Anthony Gordon. Absolutely disgusting from the club. You know, at the end of the day, Anthony Gordon done a lot for your club. He was there. Yes, might not have been the circumstances you wanted him to leave under, but there again, it's a toxic atmosphere. Why do you think he did want to get out of that club for? But I tell you what, Everton, it's a disgrace, and I hope you're ashamed of yourselves, because you should be, because it's bloody disgusting that the way you're treating players. Absolutely disgusting, even former players. So I hope they're proud of themselves. That's all I want to say, guys. But anyway, remember, the future's bright. The future is definitely black and white. Enjoy the rest of your morning, and I'll see you later on. Until then, how are the lads?